Hi friends, what's up? This is Deep Basu and I'm back once again and I'm going to review a very interesting film. I just watched it and I just got back home. The name of the film is Merry Christmas. Yes, it's a Hindi film. And I'm really shocked that most of you don't know about this film. Today morning I was talking about this film before my colleagues and most of them, at least 90% of them were not quite aware about this film. And by the way, this movie has a very unlike, the casting is quite unlike. It has a very big reputed star, Vijay Sethupathi from the Tamil industry. And also we have opposite him, a very own Katrina Kaif. So it's quite star-studded and they are quite reputed supporting actors. And this movie has been directed by one of my favorite directors, and he's also a very popular director in Bollywood called Mr. Sriram Raghavan. And I'm sure most of you have watched his previous film, Andhadhund. And so that needs no introduction. All of us loved it. So he's directing a film, I think, after 4 5 years. I'm not sure in between if he has done any work. Anyway, so Merry Christmas, frankly speaking. I didn't know much about this film, that this something like this was happening or was in the works. I just got to know about it, I think, 2 months ago. I saw a teaser poster which was uploaded on Instagram by Mr. Sriram Raghavan sir and by the production house. Then I got to know that there's one movie, an upcoming film with Katrina Kaif and Vijay Sethupathi called Merry Christmas, and it's a thriller film. So coming back to the film, and I believe it's a very old film. It had to be stopped during pandemic. Then it was reshot in Tamil, something like that. So maybe that delayed the process. Anyway, why do I always digress? Anyway, coming back to the film Merry Christmas, it's a suspense film. It happens in one night. The major chunk of the film happens one night. The movie begins introducing us to Vijay Sethupathi. He has come back. He was in jail for the last 7 years. He has done something which will be revealed when you watch the film. And finally, he has been bailed out. He comes back to Mumbai after 7 long years, and he decides to wander and explore Mumbai city, the South Mumbai city, during Christmas. I think it's a Christmas Eve, and he bumps into a mother and a daughter, Katrina Kaif, and both of them, how they enjoy themselves and their interaction and everything. But there are certain dark secrets which slow and steadily unfold when you watch the film. So overall, if you ask me, so I will not give out any kind of spoilers, but if you ask me overall, the movie is quite gripping. Its few instances are quite comic. The dialogues are quite comic. The performance is top notch. And overall, the suspense is quite well maintained. Though certain portions you might find it predictable, let me tell you. If you are quite a voracious consumer of suspense or thriller movies, you will definitely might know what's going to happen. You might predict, but that's a fun, that if you can predict and you wait to see if that prediction happens or is coming true, is something also people do really. I like to. If you tell me the ending also, I would love to wait to watch how it happened. So the movie was quite gripping. The suspense was very well maintained. The performance was top notch. And Katrina Kaif has really outdone herself, and she was really good in the film, and she was looking breathtakingly beautiful. I think after a long time, I'm crushing on Katrina Kaif. I think the first time I crushed on when I think one of her first few films. Otherwise, I don't really crush on her. But in this film, she was looking really beautiful, mesmerizing. Vijay Sethupathi is as good as always, but somewhat I feel that he's getting a bit repetitive. Apart from these two stellar performances, stalwarts, we have Sanjay Kapoor, who has done a good job. We have Ashwini Kaslekar, and we have, forgetting his name, the guy who was in Dasfadanya. I'm forgetting his name. Yeah. Vinay Pathak. Vinay Pathak has a very interesting role, character. He also has done a swell job. So overall, the movie is quite well made, and I like the few camera works. How I think the last towards the climax, the camera movement, the camera taking, the shot taking is quite interesting. I think it's a one take shot. Right from the camera, the background score is quite intriguing. You will be definitely hooked to the film. At least I was. I was quite enjoying it. But somewhat I felt that the ending could have been much more. The overall build up, the entire sequences which built gave us the proper hype and the build up. The ending was quite underwhelming. It could have been much better. The ending, somewhat I felt it was quite disconnected. Maybe the director wanted to do something really different, but somewhat the overall film, if I have to see the entire film together, I found the ending quite disconnected. It was quite underwhelming, the climax. But the movie begins on a very good note, very interesting note, and yeah, the few sequences are quite interesting. But I wouldn't say this is the best work, and it's not at par with Andhadhun. But this movie has its own moments, and it will definitely entertain you. And thanks to the performance by Vijay Sethupathi and Katrina Kaif, they were quite at par with each other, man. Both of them were quite good, superb. So this is my review for Merry Christmas, and songs, background score, everything was quite soothing and very well put. So do watch the film, do spread the word. Many people, I was very amazed to see an empty hall. After all, Katrina Kaif, Vijay Sethupathi are quite popular. So do spread the word and do watch the film. Okay, so good night. And I shall get back with a killer soup. My God, 1 hour per episode, man. It's taking time. Good night.